Shut up and sit down.
Hello, this is Pete.
And this is Steve.
And we are the Lazy Podcast Brothers. And this is our top 10 films of 2016. Basically just going to go through a few films that I've chosen. Steve's going to interject with all his ones as well. So it'll be a little mashup. And it'll be sort of like an amalgamation of what we've sort of got together from our lists and everything here. So let's get straight into it. My number 10, top 10 films of the year, is Deepwater Horizon. Now, for me, I was really shocked by this film. A, how good it was, how interesting it was, how well made it was, how well acted it was. It just really threw me, because I was expecting it to be a bit
it's
crappy.
Not in my top 10.
No?
But it was a great movie. It actually made me and my mates go home and watch a documentary all about it on YouTube.
Yeah,
so,
no, exactly.
we had to get a bit more information about it. So, that counts for a lot, I think.
Yeah, I've found, like I said, I've found Deepwater Horizon brilliant. I was really surprised, really, how good it was. Really good acting as well, as you'd expect. Obviously, Mark Wahlberg, Kurt Russell, great actors. And directed by Peter Berg, who generally actually makes quite, I think, mediocre films. So I was quite surprised that he made this film. It wasn't over the top or anything like that. You felt that you were there on the old rig with them, and you were kind of willing them on, going, no, come on, you can do this and everything. And I thought it was very well handled as well. Obviously, the aftermath and everything like that. It wasn't too in your face. It wasn't like USA or anything like that, which some of his films can be like. Really, really surprised. I think that's why it hit my top 10, mainly because of how much I remembered enjoying watching that film. My number 9 film is Room, with Brie Larson and Jacob Tremblay. No, because I've got other films. Room I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought it was really, really great. I think the premise and everything was brilliant. You kind of work out what's happening and everything as you go on. At the beginning, it doesn't really give too much away, but it gets a little bit more shocking as it goes along, and it really draws you in, and kind of like the aftermath of what they've been through. It doesn't sort of hold back anything, punches.
Yeah, I think the strongest part of it is the aftermath. How they cope, the woman, her son, how they cope with the situation afterwards.
Yes, definitely.
And how they react and blame people.
Yeah.
I thought it was excellent. This was number 3 in my top 10. Yeah.
In your top 3? Wow.
I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, great film. Number 8, I've got The Jungle Book. Again, another film that completely threw me. I was expecting to just watch a bit of a CGI, sort of Disney loving sort of thing. It turned out to be brilliant. It's actually really dark. It's quite horrible in places. I think the little kid in it was awesome. Obviously, the voice works. Scarlett Johansson, Bill Murray's brilliant. And probably the best voice work was Idris Elba. Man, he was horrible in this film. Absolutely horrible. Going around killing people, eating them, and all sorts and everything. It is a kid's film, but, oh man, they don't hold back at all in it. What do you think of that? Have you got it in yours?
It's not in my top 10.
No?
But, yes, I really loved this movie. It's a really great Disney movie. Something you can really take your kids to, even though it is a little bit dark at times.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend it.
Yeah? Cool. Yeah, great film. Like I say, if you've got kids and everything, definitely go on that. My dog loves it. Scampy loves this film. Got a picture of her actually just going, watching it. She was transfixed by it. So if you've got a dog, put on The Jungle Book. They'll love it. My number 7 just seemed quite low, but it was one of the first films of the year. It was The Revenant.
Nice. I got that at number 8.
Number 8. So we both,
because pretty much.
Considering it won sort of the Oscar for best film and everything. Well, sort of last year, this year, sort of thing. Which personally I think should have been Mad Max, but That's just a
Tomb Raider
personal
should be Mad Max.
personal thing there. Obviously, it's beautifully directed by Inarritu. Great cast: DiCaprio, Tom Hardy. It's a really, really great film. Really, really strong film.
Yeah, I mean, I love adventure movies.
Yeah.
Especially adventure movies set in the past. And this ticked all the boxes. It's a great little revenge thriller.
Yep, totally. Really enjoyed it. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. So, my number 6 is The Neon Demon. Nicholas Winding Refn, as I've always been a fan of his. I think he's a really great and very divisive director. Obviously, Drive is one of my all-time favourite films. I'm one of those people that really loves Only God Forgives. Bronson, great film. And I like a lot of his early stuff as well, like Pusher, Bleeder, Pusher 2 and stuff like that. You know, obviously all set in Copenhagen. Great films. Really, really great films. Really gritty, nasty films. But this is quite nasty and horrible, but totally stylised. You know, some of the stuff, some of the scenes in it are just electric. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. I actually saw this on Blu-ray. I wish I'd gone to see it at cinema, but I think I was away at the time. And I thought it was a very, very good movie. Maybe a little bit. I mean, it's the style that makes it.
Yeah, definitely.
But
yeah, because there's not a huge amount of story, is there?
no, exactly,
You know.
and that's probably why this didn't quite make my top 10.
No, not in your top 10.
It was close,
Yeah,
but no
surprised.
cigar.
Surprised, bruv, surprised. Number 5, I've got The Nice Guys. Now,
Oh, what?
this is a great film. Think about, yeah, but you ain't seen my rest of them yet.
This is my... I mean, to be quite honest, my top 2, I could have flicked a coin.
Go on then. So this is what?
This is number 1.
Number 1. Go on, I'll let you talk about it then.
I
Since it's
thought
your
it was
number 1 film.
brilliant. It's a great story, superbly written. The cast really bounce off each other. And this is the sort of film I go to cinema to see. You know, you're just thoroughly entertained from beginning to end.
Yeah, you just expect
It's
that. You'd
a great movie.
expect that from a Shane Black movie. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a huge Shane Black fan.
And
Last Boy Scout, Lethal Weapon. You know what I mean? He's made so many great scripts and directed some great films as well.
yeah, when I say my top 10, these are the top 10 of films I would like to see again and again and again.
Yeah.
And Nice Guys, I could see myself seeing it every year, once a year, and being thoroughly entertained each time I
Yeah.
see it.
No, I'll go with that on that. I think Russell Crowe's brilliant in it. Ryan Gosling's a bit of a comedy genius in it as well. I think he's great. Yeah, it's a really, really good film. Don't get me wrong. I thoroughly entertained when I watched everything. I think it is a brilliant film. So, my number 4 is The Hateful Eight. A bit controversial because a lot of people are hating on The Hateful Eight. I thought it was genius. I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
I don't hate it. It's not in my top 10.
What?
I think it's a
Crazy
good
bastard.
movie, but I don't think it's a great movie.
No, I do. I think it's a great film because, I mean, for me, I'm probably one of Tarantino's biggest critics. There's some of his films I absolutely love. Jackie Brown is
a
one of my
classic,
all-time
brilliant.
favourite films. It's a fantastic movie. But he has made some real up his own arse movies
Stinkers.
and stuff, and you know, he can be a bit of an idiot. Get the impression he just does what he wants, and sometimes it comes off. A lot of the times it comes off his early door stuff like Reservoir Dogs and everything. You know, it's fantastic. I really enjoyed Django Unchained, so for me that was a little bit more of a return to form. Inglourious Basterds was not very good at all. Death Proof was just fucking plain awful.
Yeah, that was
It
bad.
was so bad. Kill Bill Volume 2 was terrible, although I enjoyed Volume 1. You know, so... But this for me was brilliant. It reminded me of The Thing, which is my all-time favourite film, where, you know, it's a small band of people, small cast and everything, all with hidden agendas, doing their own thing and everything. A great score, Oscar-winning score by Ennio Morricone, which was also some stuff that he didn't use for the original The Thing, because obviously he scored the original Thing. and so it had some of the songs from his original soundtrack for the thing that they sort of ditched in that, and it's a great soundtrack. I think it's beautifully shot. The script is really zips along. Great acting, Samuel L. Jackson, again Kurt Russell again, and stand-up performance was Walt Goggins. I thought he was great in it, really, really great. I was shocked as how good this film was, because I was going in thinking, oh Christ, this is going to be a Tarantino talk fest for blooming 3 hours, and it turned out to be anything but. It was, brilliant.
I thought it was good, not great. I think, no, it's a very good little movie, but for me, it doesn't get into my top 10. It's not a film I particularly want to see again.
Absolute disgrace. My number 3 is The Witch. Now I think we both agree this must be in like your top 3. It must be.
It's number 2,
Yeah.
and it could have very easily been number 1.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So this is a great movie. Directed by Robert Eggers, who's supposedly going on to make a remake of Nosferatu. Quite happily see that. Got a few people that you recognise, really good character actors. Most notably Ralph Ineson, who's Finchy from The Office, and any film with Finchy from The Office in has got to be good, right? But it's just one of those films that we were sitting watching it, and it just grabs you, it draws you in. It's so dark and kind of dirty and stuff. But
well,
then,
it's just the historical background of it, really fascinating how people used to live and what they used to believe back then, and they really, really used to believe with their heart and soul.
Yeah.
And what happens when that belief is challenged?
Yeah, by things they can't put their finger on. It's like, what is this sort of thing, you know? And it had some really horrible moments in. Really horrible. You're like, what the fuck?
And to be quite honest, you are really on your edge of your seat throughout
all
the
the way
whole
along.
movie. And that's what I go to cinema
because you're really
to
not too sure what's going on.
No, you really think, is it all in their minds?
Yeah.
Or is it actually happening?
Are they like just going mad in the wilderness? Or is there something else out there playing with them and messing with them and everything? And for me, it's one of the best films, like you say, on the edge of the seat all the way through. So I thought it was, cracking little movie, that one. Definitely one to keep an eye out for. Right, so into my top 2. Again, I think my number 1, I think, was clear number 1. As soon as I walked out of the cinema, I came out saying this is the best film I've seen all year. So my number 2, albeit was very, very close, is Green Room. We went and saw it at the cinema. I remember, so we were really hyped up from it. It's directed by a guy called Jeremy Saulnier, who did Blue Ruin, which we both absolutely adored. Fantastic movie.
Our top 5 that year, I think.
Yeah, it's a absolutely fantastic movie. And I think we were going into this with quite big anticipation for this film.
Maybe too much.
Too much. Yeah, I honestly believe it's too much. Because we both came out and thought, that was really great, but
not good enough.
We expected it to be better, sort of thing. But, great cast. Anton Yelchin, Imogen Potts, and an absolutely brilliant Patrick Stewart in this. Who knew he could play a neo-Nazi warlord with such authority, you know? But I watched it again recently because I wanted to sit down and watch it again to reassess it, and it completely blew me away. The second time round, even though I knew what was happening, it still shocked me. It still made me cringe. It still made me sort of like look away in disgust. And this film is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Is it in your top 10?
No, we didn't quite make the cut. It's close.
You are going to say close.
But
how close? You must have some great films in that top 10 then, Rob, for that not even to be in your top 10. That's terrible. You do. Well, all I would say to you, Steve, is watch it again.
I did put an order in for the Blu-ray the other day. So
you need to watch that again, Steve. So I definitely think you should. And my number 1 film of the year is Nocturnal Animals.
Oh, that was my number 6.
Number 6?
Yeah.
Directed by Tom Ford. Absolute stellar turns by Michael Shannon Aaron Taylor-Johnson. Jake Gyllenhaal's brilliant in this as well. This is an absolute stunner. From the very first scene where you're just kind of like, hey, what's going on here? This is just really weird. But it kind of like has these multi-layered story strands all in parallel with each other. Some are real, some are not. Oh, mate, this was just incredible.
Yeah, I must
Loved
admit,
it.
went and saw it with my mates, and we were still discussing it an hour after the movie and how we thought the characters related to everybody in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, and we all very much had kind of dissimilar opinions about how we saw the movie.
Yeah, especially the very, very ambiguous ending.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to think that I know what happened at the ending, but I could be completely wrong, because obviously other people I've spoke to that have seen it thought something completely different to me about the ending. So, yeah, I was just blown away by this film. Totally blown away.
It was a great movie.
Proper noir thriller, which is quite rare, not only to get a noir thriller, but to get one that's so good.
Yeah, and
beautifully made.
Faint-hearted either.
It's quite horrible in places, isn't it? So, you know, really pulls at your emotions and everything, which is what film watching is all about. Love it. So that's my number one film of the year, is Nocturnal Animals. Now, let's fill up your gaps then, Steve. What else you got?
I'll quickly run through them all from the bottom.
No, go on, let's discuss them. What you got?
Number 10, a bit of a controversial decision, but I really like this movie. This is my sort of movie. I thought it was really strong. The Accountant.
Yeah, no, that's on my honourable mentions list. I really like The Accountant. I thought it was really good.
Liked it. I thought Ben Affleck was really good in it. But what really made it for me, I thought the story was really interesting. The action scenes are handled very well.
Yeah.
And for me, I was really entertained all the way through, and I cannot wait to see it again.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. It was a very, very good film. Didn't make my top 10, obviously. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was actually one of them surprising films, a bit like Deepwater Horizon. Going in and thinking, oh, Ben Affleck, he's like twitchy and...
He's a great actor, I tell you.
He's not. Occasionally,
well, I like him.
Occasionally he is. Occasionally he's a decent actor. But yeah, he was definitely very good in The Accountant, for sure.
My number 9, I'm surprised this wasn't in your top 10, Star Wars Rogue One.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You know, I thought it was really one of the most entertaining movies I've seen this year.
Good for you. No, they said I really enjoyed it, Steve, but it's not in my top 10.
Okay,
I'm very
fair
sorry.
enough.
Sorry to let you down.
And of course, number 8 was Revenant,
Yep.
as we discussed before.
Yep.
And I'm surprised this isn't in your top 10. The Greasy Strangler.
Yeah. I do love The Greasy Strangler, don't get me wrong. It has a very special place in my heart.
It's weird, but this is the most original movie I've seen this year. And every so often, me and my friends still do talk about it.
I know.
And I mean, I think that's a sign of a great movie.
No, I totally agree
Although
with you.
it's not for everyone's
No.
taste.
No.
It's very off the wall.
Some people will watch that film and go, what the hell are they talking about? This is absolute shit. But, I agree with you. Greasy Strangler. It didn't make my top 10, obviously, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And again, I think it's just completely off the wall, mental film.
Yep, and number 6, as we discussed before, Nocturnal Animals. Great little movie. Moving on, number 5, and I'm surprised this is in your top 10, Hell or High Water.
I thought it was alright. I thought it was overrated.
Well, I agree to disagree. I mean, this is Chris Pine's best movie I think I've ever seen him in. It's brilliantly directed. It's got a really great story. You know how he's basically going to get screwed over by the banks, and he decides, no, I'm not. You're going to play on my terms, and he comes up with a fantastic plan to rob the banks, to save, to help save his family and provide for them for the future. And I thought it was one of the strongest movies of this year.
I thought it was alright.
I
thought it was alright. No, don't get me wrong. It was a very good movie. Obviously, really well written by the guy that did Sicario. Well directed, Dave Mackenzie, I think, who did Starred Up. I thought, I thought it was well acted. Ben Foster, I think he's a very, very underrated actor. I really, really like him. I thoroughly enjoyed it, Steve. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it was as good as everyone made it out to be, as you're making it out to be. It's just sort of, found it a little bit generic, really. But I liked it. Don't get me wrong.
And my number 4,
Yep.
Train to Busan.
Train to Busan, was good.
I love this
Yeah,
movie.
it's very good.
Zombies on a train, and it's not as bad as that sounds.
No,
It's
not at all.
Extremely well made, brilliantly put together, and you are on the edge of your seat from the beginning to the very end. I mean, I'm a big fan of zombie movies, and this is one of the best ones I've seen. It is number 4 in my top 10. There you go.
Yeah.
Try and see this movie.
Yeah, Train to Busan was great. Obviously, Korean sort of horror movie, and it's just I found it really great because it didn't let up all the way through. It was
10.
really well done. No, because I had other films that I really thoroughly enjoyed. Steve, I'll tell you what. I've got a list of nearlies. And you could literally swap some of them out with maybe the bottom 5 of my top 10. You could actually interchange them depending on how I felt at the time, if you know what I mean. My top 5 I think is pretty solid. But that bottom 5, I did struggle a little bit. There was quite a few films that I could quite easily have chucked in instead of the ones that I did. And Train to Busan was one of them. Because I thoroughly enjoyed it at cinema. It was great. Really great. We love zombie movies anyway, and again, like apocalyptic sort of things, and the added thing of on a train and stuff like that was really very interesting. Really well done.
Okay, and number 3 was The Room, as we discussed. I thought that was one of the most strongest movies I've seen this year. Number 2, and to be quite honest, number 2, The Witch, and number 1, The Nice Guys.
You could interchange, they're the same,
because they're very, very different movies.
Yeah, extremely.
But they're both brilliant movies. Go and see these movies.
That's cool. I've written down a few sort of notable mentions. I got Don't Breathe, which I thought was a fantastic little thriller. Girl with All the Gifts, which thoroughly enjoyed that. What a great film. Arrival.
Arrival was great.
It was really good. Magnificent Seven, which was really, really enjoyable.
I mean, Warcraft.
Yeah, no, I've got that on my thing. Warcraft. Lights Out was very good. Like a proper, really good, strong little horror movie. Quite horrible in places, nasty. Suicide Squad for me was a really great film. Thoroughly enjoyed that. 10 Cloverfield Place.
Yeah, very good.
Really strong film. Obviously, with Greasy Strangler, The Accountant, Train to Busan, Rogue One. A small little Iranian horror film called Under the Shadow, which was fantastic. Really, really good film. Yeah, harks back to a little bit of like the Japanese J-horrors, where it's sort of like really slow build and shows you little bits into a crescendo at the end where it all goes a bit haywire. Well worth a watch. Sully, obviously, and also a little film called Hunt for the Wilder People.
I watched that recently. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's great.
Really great little movie. So, thoroughly enjoyed that. So that's our sort of mashed up top 10 of the year. What do you think? Do you think we missed something out? Do you think we've got something too high? Do you think we're just completely insane? Let us know, and I hope you enjoyed our chat all about the top 10 films of the year. Thank you very much.
And bye.